90% of South Africa is owned by who? White people.
A man runs through a burning street in Johannesburg. Shops are on fire. Crowds are shouting. Someone screams, "Go back to your country." But here's the truth. This is not new. This has been happening for decades in one of the most powerful nations, South Africa. So the real question is, how did a country that fought apathy start fighting itself? Johannesburg was built on the promise that the city drew the world to its feet. But in April 2026, they now saw their neighbors as invaders. How did Johannesburg get to this point? How did African countries start fighting themselves? Now let's go back. In 1994, apathy ended when Nelson Mandela became the president of South Africa. Mind you, South Africa didn't fight this apathy alone. They fought it with other African countries. I'm talking about Ghana, Nigeria, and lots more. After the apathy ended, President Nelson Mandela opened their borders to every African country. I'm talking about Ghana, South Africa, Somalia, Zimbabweans, you can name them. He let the borders open for African countries to come in and trade, do businesses, and live there. But in April this year, the tension became very high. This is Solid Finance Podcast, where we bring you finance and economic updates. Do well to like, do well to share, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more finance contents like this. First Xenophobia happened in December 1994 and in January 1995. Armed youth gangs in Alexandra Township destroyed the homes and properties of suspected undocumented immigrants. Again, in September 1998, 2 Senegalese and 1 Mozambican were being thrown off a moving train by a group of individuals, turning from a rally organized by a group, blaming foreigners for the level of unemployment in their country. Again, in August 2000, 7 foreigners from different African countries were being killed. 2 Nigerians, 2 Angolans, 1 Mozambique, and 1 Kenyan. This was a beginning of a very bad pattern. A pattern that South Africans will kill other African countries in the name that they're coming to their countries to take their jobs, bring crime to their country, and even spread diseases, which is very untrue. At first glance, you would think that this is hate, but then this is economics. South Africa has the highest level of unemployment in Africa. But then, other African countries who run to South Africa to look for ends meet always make it in South Africa. That's something you should think about. Why do other Africans come there and flourish, but then South Africans that are living there and have been groomed there don't flourish? Millions of South Africans are struggling to survive, and this has made foreigners the easiest people for them to target. Many South African locals believe that immigrants took their jobs, brought crime to their country, and accepted lower wages. The idea spread really fast, whether it was true or whether it was not true. All the South Africans were on alert to pursue other Africans from their country. On May 11, 2008, everything changed as violence erupted in Alexandra, Johannesburg. This crisis spread nationwide. It went to Pretoria, Durban, and other parts of South Africa were now moving to violence. At least 60 people were killed and 50,000 people were displaced. Homes were burnt. Foreign-owned shops were looted, and people fled back to their country for safety. The violence was becoming more and more. On the 30th of March 2015, the same thing happened again. The probable precipitating factor was the rumor that the local businesses were hiring foreigners, letting go of the locals. This same xenophobic act happened again on April 11, 2015 in Durban. It also spread attack to Johannesburg. These rumors of foreigners taking their jobs encouraged economic anger, and as such, led them to tell the foreigners to go back to their country. According to CBS News report, on the 11th of April 2015, violence against immigrants in South Africa killed at least 7 people and left hundreds unable to stay in their homes. In September 2019, something new emerged. They called it Operation Dudula. Those are anti-immigrant bodies, emphasis on illegal immigrants. After creating an anti-immigration group, Operation Dudula, xenophobia was now a political game. Fast forward to on the 17th of April 2026, xenophobia started again in South Africa. Videos of South Africans attacking people were surfacing the internet. But the issue is, They were only attacking African countries. They did not attack other countries. Only blacks, only the Africans. They are white foreigners in South Africa, but they were not attacked. It's just so painful that their main target was their brothers and sisters.
Nothing I do, my brother. Nothing I do. What I do, man? What I do, man? I hear nothing, yeah.
According to the Reuters News, Ghana's Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto summoned South Africa's envoy on Thursday and called for an intervention to prevent further escalation. He even went as far as sending a convoy to pick up his citizens and take them back to Ghana. Let's watch this video. In the midst of all of this, the white foreigners are not fixing this xenophobia. The painful part is, South Africa even has a part of their country where only whites live. No black is allowed to go to that environment. No black is allowed to stay there. No black is allowed to visit there. South Africa, are the whites not also foreigners, or are we missing something?
So these people believe they are Africans. They live in Africa, but then they don't allow any blacks in their town. Now, I didn't even know that there's a place like this in Africa until Wodemaya went to this place. The name of this place is called Orania. It's in South Africa. Now, these people are Dutch settlers who came to South Africa in the 17th century. And according to them, they bought the land from the government. The people from this place are called Afrikaners. Now, these people have their own culture. They have their own currency. They have their own flag and everything.
You get it?
If you want to be part of this community, first of all, you have to be a white person. That is the key factor. And second of all, you have to be fluent in their language, which is the African.
Now, this crisis is not a simple thing. It is driven by economic pressure, poverty, unemployment, scapegoating, political influence, weak enforcement, and historical violent culture. All of this is fueled by anger and a system which is under pressure. The president held a speech, and this has got many South Africans angry.
Stop your self-hatred. Stop attacking our brothers from Africa, our sisters from Africa. We are one thing. You say batata umsebenzi. Even if we expel them tomorrow, you will still not get a job. There are no jobs in South Africa because whites are refusing to invest money in South Africa. They've got too many savings in the bank. They've got trillions in the bank. They are refusing to take it out and build industries. There is no Nigerian who stole an industry and hired Nigerians only. There is no Zimbabwean who's got a farm in Knysna or Stellenbosch who hired Zimbabweans. It is your white people who hire Zimbabweans, pay them low, so that you can fight.
Most of the tuck shops in South Africans are being locked down, and that's because these businesses were being run by other Africans. Now they are respecting the South Africans and are closing their shops. They are having issues. The whole road is dry because people are not selling. This matter is very pressing, and he pushed the East African activists to talk. He said a lot of things, and he really spoke directly to South Africa. He reminded them of who they are and what the decisions are going to do to them in the nearest future.
My people, in South Africa today, you will see an African from Africa will come to South Africa without no family member, without no connection, and that person will make it in South Africa. So some of you South Africans need to sit and check yourself properly. 80% of South Africa is owned by who? White people. What do you guys owe? Even in your own country, you don't owe shit, motherfuckers. And Africa will come from Africa. Without no family connection, without no member, without no connection, that person will make it in South Africa because some of you are lazy. Some of you are lazy. And today, you guys are complaining, oh, Africans are taking our job. Africans are taking our job. What job do you have? In South Africa, all the big buildings are owned by who? White people own it. You don't own nothing in your own country. Even your planet, you don't even own it. White people own everything in South Africa.
South Africa once stood for unity, but now they are fighting a different battle, a battle that they cannot even control. This battle is not against race, it is against identity. For years, South Africans have been saying, why are the foreigners here? Why are the foreigners working in our country? But the very necessary question that they should ask themselves is, when the foreigners go, will we, the South Africans, do this job? Can South Africans survive on their own without other African countries? The answer is what I want you to drop in the comment section. Do well to like, do well to share, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more finance content from us. Until next time, it's Finance with Abbas.